What about when you went to class, studied it, but that still wasn't enough for you to understand the material? Well, first of all, don't feel bad if you don't understand it at first. Do know that that was really your first exposure to the material. So don't feel like, yeah, I'm an idiot because I didn't get it right away. Dumb. Now, still though, where do you go when that happens? Books? Well, as much as I am a fan of books, they can be maybe just they're not the right thing at that right moment. Maybe you're just looking for that one question. So books may not be the right place for you. Don't get me wrong, I do like books, but that moment you may need something else. And yes, I'm talking about videos and podcasts. First of all, YouTube, digital courses, video lessons, podcasts can be extremely valuable to you. With that said, I have a little rule that I apply, and that is double speed, baby. No, I just made the name up, but really, double speed. Okay, if you ever saw me watching YouTube or listening to some podcasts, you would think I'm on something because you're just hear the people talking super fast and it's really weird. But no, really, the fact is that you can actually still fully comprehend videos and audios even when they are in double speed. And in that case, you could theoretically be watching double the amount of videos in the same time because again, you're doubling the speed. And of course, if a certain moment gets too complicated or you feel like you need to slow down, well, click on a button and slow down and rewatch it. And side note, I definitely worked up to it. I didn't start with double speed right away. I was like, let me try 1.25, 1.5, and eventually I got to double speed. So yeah. Now, the concept of a reliable source. Now, there are tons of educators that provide great content, sometimes even for free on YouTube. You may even know some of them, take ACDC, Econ, Mr. Clifford type of thing. And by the way, Mr. Clifford, I definitely watched many of your videos. Just thank you. Luis, are you saying that I should not have purchased this metacognition course because YouTube has stuff for free? Yeah. No, I'm kidding. Let me explain. If you're looking for a very specific answer, well, then YouTube may be the place for you. However, there are drawbacks. So you could be looking for that one thing, but now you have to search through many videos and you go to introductions, advertisement, like, share, subscribe, comment, smash that like button type of thing. So there's that time problem with it. Now, if you're trying to master a concept, an idea, a topic, such as metacognition, it makes a lot of sense for you to go after someone who has curated all of the material, packaged it, and made sure not to waste your time with ads and all of that stuff. And that's when it actually makes sense for you to go out of your way to pay for a course. Now, let me get to the idea of gold content. I like to call gold content that has quality, but it's also useful. And by quality, I mean in content, so it's good information. And useful because it's relevant at that moment. Because you could find a video that's really good and it has a load of good information, but you just don't need that now. Well, that's not gold content at that moment, right? You need also to be useful at that specific time frame. Now, if you find yourself searching through videos and you realize, okay, this video is not gonna have what I'm looking for, do not waste time on that video. Go to the next one. You don't need to finish that video, okay? It's fine. Do not waste your time. Got it? Now, when do you go for a podcast? When do you go for a video? How do you choose? Well, there's a few ways you can go about that. One of them is to look inside yourself and go, okay, what is the best way that I learn? Is it through listening through things? Is it watching? Right? You could base yourself on that. So if you're better off watching videos, well, go to YouTube. If you're better off listening, podcasts. That's fairly straightforward. However, the other way, and the way that I think I prefer, is think of the subject that you're really studying, right? I am not going to listen to a podcast on physics, because for me, it wouldn't make a lot of sense. I would need to see it in my head, at least. I feel like I would need to see it. Now, if we're talking philosophy, sociology, those more abstract ideas, well, they'll be fine with me. I'll be fine with a podcast. So I'm not basing myself on what type of learner I am, which, by the way, we are more than one type of learner. But you're really basing yourself of, okay, what would work best for this subject, for this topic, for this type of knowledge. Also, just so I don't forget, You can also consider, look, if you're driving to school or if you cannot really have your phone there, perhaps the podcast is the only way you can go about it. So also keep that in mind. And again, those are not rules, but they certainly help. So just to recap real quick. 1. Double speed for the win. 2. Golden content is that one that's both quality and useful and relevant at that moment. 3. Use video and audio as needed and tailor that to what you're looking for. And finally, remember, focus. Do not get distracted on a video if you realize that that's not going to be useful for you. By the way, this is a complete side note. We actually have a podcast in which we host honest conversations about personal growth, learning, entrepreneurship, well-being, and all of that other stuff that we should have learned in school. So if you want to hear that, just click on the link. I left it below if you want to check it out.